everybody. Beth says hello. Nobody's in just yet, so I'm going to go ahead and say hello. 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 How are you today? Good to see everybody. Turn this down a little bit. I'm going to go over to the web page and make sure that my Twitch title is accurately reflected. We are changing things up here. I'm not going to do a design today. I'm not going to do a microfighter design. I have embraced the, you know what, I bought it because it's a toy and I'm going to build it aspect of Lego, and we're going to crack open some San Diego Comic-Con exclusives today. Because I was able to get the Nebulon B. Let me make sure I can mute this. That's muted. And Nebulon B SDCC exclusive build. And this music is going great with it. I'm loving this music. This is Harris Heller. Check out Harris Heller online on Spotify. I'm going to go ahead and kill this because I don't need it now. Yes, I really want to exit. So, good morning, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for being here. I'm going to put a going live just so we know that we're good. And yeah, I'm excited. I got a couple things I want to talk about. First, next week, a week from today, is going to be a week from Friday. This coming Friday is going to start the 72-hour Lego Community live stream event. All weekend, it's the winter version. All weekend there will be Lego YouTubers live streaming from Friday late until Sunday late. So it'll start, I think, Friday midnight, Friday 11 p.m., something like that, and then go 72 hours. Actually not Friday late, Thursday late. Thursday midnight, Friday early morning. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Get your fix of Lego YouTubers doing live stream stuff. Most of them are not going to be like me, where they're going to do it by themselves. They're going to be doing streams with other people. If you would like to be on this stream with me to talk about Lego or Star Wars or something like that, let me know. Leave a comment. I'm not averse to doing that. I just am not used to it. So if you'd like to be on the stream with me on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. or Sunday mornings at 10 a.m., just let me know. We'll figure out something to talk about. I'll figure out something to build. I can design and build the same way I can now. It just may not be like a dual camera thing. But so yeah, keep that in mind. The other thing I wanted to talk about is I'm going to open up this. I'm still playing Star Wars Squadrons. Very excited about that. And the game is wearing a little thin, just because it's the same maps over and over. I'm just playing its two versions. It's dogfights or it's fleet battles, but the game is really fun. Like, I love putting on the VR headset and immersing myself into being a pilot. I have those big headphones. I have the goggles on. It feels like I'm putting on a flight helmet. It's just a lot of fun. Try not to look at this. Depends on my schedule, but I wouldn't be doing face cam if you don't mind. Oh, that's fine. If you got like a build cam or something you want to do, I'll probably be doing something similar. If I'm building or designing, you won't see me a whole lot. I tried doing dual cam with my friend Meredith, and I don't think my setup could handle it. I'm too far away from my router. I only have one network cable that goes this distance. So it's just too much for both the systems and the bandwidth. But yeah, I mean, we can, if you want to do that next Sunday, I will be streaming. We can do that. So this is some artwork that I got from Doors Arts on Etsy itself. So that's where I got this. Just a couple prints for Squadrons. I'm very excited about this because I can put this on either side of my television. Good morning, by the way, Kodiak. How are you? I don't want to take this out of the plastic, but I'm going to take the flyer out. So this is where you can find them. I'll put links in the descriptions. It says, hope you dig them as much as I do. Hope they inspire your next flights during squadrons. May the force be with you. Doors Arts. Some minimalist. They do a lot of, from the looks of it, they do a lot of sort of cheesecake art. Busty girls in different outfits, but it's really good. It's very well drawn. It's very well colored. But I got some minimalist squadrons art. And I can frame these and put these up on either side of my television. I'm assuming this is Arabesh saying Empire and either Republic or Rebel, probably Rebel. So yeah, I'm very excited about this. I kind of forgot that I ordered it. I saw it on Reddit like a month or so ago, and I was like, yeah, you know, I need to support some local artists or some small artists. So I'm going to do that. So that was fun. All right. And to the big event. I ordered this Friday at 2. This is barely sealed, y'all. Friday at 2 p.m. 2 a.m. And was it Friday? No, Saturday at 2 a.m. I had it by 5 p.m. There it is, the Nebulon B. Nebulon B Frigate. San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. 40 years of Empire Strikes Back. Limited. And I'm gonna bust this crap open. I didn't order 2, I only ordered 1. But I made a big stink about it because I couldn't, like last year, or last time I tried to do this for this guy, or no, it wasn't even that. It was the 501st Battle Pack. I heard available on a certain date, so I waited till midnight, and I waited and waited and waited, and I stayed up, and at midnight it wasn't updated. And this is Lego.com. And I'm like, oh, all right. So I asked around while I was online, and I was like, why? I don't see it. And they're like, well, it's probably going to be at like 3 a.m. And I'm like, what? I'm not waiting till 3 a.m. I woke up the next morning at like 8. They were sold out, of course. This time I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to wait till 3 in the morning. I'm going to go to bed now. Set an alarm for 2:45, wake up and get it. Well, I just happened to kind of wake up at like 1 o'clock, and I look at my phone, and about an hour before that, everyone's like, it's on Lego.com and it's all sold out. I'm like, okay. So, super upsetting. But I was able to find out that it went on sale on Amazon at like 2 in the morning because they're Pacific time. So I just happened to like wake up and go onto my computer and look, and I'm like, oh, it's there. Buy, done, go back to sleep. Had it by that evening. After all that stink, Beth says, this is interesting. This is like an artist rendition, or well, it makes it look like an artist rendition, but it's just a render done with a funny filter or something. It looks like a fun outline and some posterization of it a little bit. Camera's having a hard time focusing on that. But the backside is actually the render. That's what it's going to look like. So, after all that nonsense and me keeping people up in the middle of the night, Beth's like, why? And I was like, yeah, it's going to be great. I'm going to add it to my other sets that I haven't opened. And she's like, why are you not opening it? I'm like, because it's a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. It's going to be worth something. She's like, oh, okay. I'm like, you know what? You're right. It's a Lego set. I should enjoy it for building it. I don't collect Lego. The only other Lego sets that I have that I haven't opened are these. I'm stalling because I'm seeing if more people show up. These are the Lego sets that I have that I don't have opened. I don't have that opened yet. This one I don't think I will open. This was a Lego Ideas kind of thing. The box is a little bent, but I got it signed by the designer, M. Smiley. So I'm keeping that one closed forever just because it's kind of nice to have it in the box. Although I do like that torso on that figure. I probably want to get that torso. I have a shirt like that. I have this guy, right? I've got the Ant-Man with the little sticker, right? I've got this guy, again with the sticker. I think these came out the same year. These were like $50 or $100 each or something like that. It was ridiculous. Like by the time you're actually able to get them. So I don't know that I'll actually open these or not. This one was a Target exclusive, but I don't know if it's for Celebration, right? And it was a Target exclusive, but I don't know how, you know, you could only get it at Target if you had a red card. So I don't think this was that exclusive. But again, it's a Lego set. And then this thing that I just got the other day. So these are the ones that I have that aren't open. So I'm going to be the guy who opens all these. I'm going to start with this one. Because you know what? It's a toy and it should be appreciated. Somebody went to a lot of trouble to design this and build it. So I'm going to figure out what that's like. I am going to be nice and I'm going to keep the labels or I'm going to try to keep the box nice and then keep it all together. So if at some point I want to then reassemble it, it won't be sealed, but the box will at least be kind of nice, right? So here we go. Can't go back now. I blame you, Beth. Beth's having a hard time. She's not feeling well. I need to get her back on here. We need to do another Beth Builds. Should have done it with this. There are 2 bags. This isn't going to take a long time to do. And there's 1 sticker. It's not even a printed... Aw, man. It's not even a printed tile. It's a sticker. So I will not be putting that sticker on. I'll keep it on the thing, just in case at some point I want to keep these. I'll keep the bags nice. I'll do everything I can to keep the box nice. Just in case at some point I do want to say, hey, I've got the whole thing. It's just that the bags have been opened. But, you know, knowing how... Oops, I probably need the instructions. Knowing how they bag stuff, I can always, like, keep the bags and then put them in a Ziploc and rebag all the parts. So there we go. That has been opened. See how nicely we can open these bags. I've never opened a bag that just wasn't like that. So this will take all of like probably 15 minutes to put together. Let's see what's in the instruction booklet. Oh, it's actually just instructions. No preamble, no nothing. Interesting. Ooh, being careful, being careful. I don't think it matters. I think I've already ripped it. Yeah, there's being careful and then there's just being stupid. The camera does not want to focus over here, y'all. So I've really wanted a Nebulon B for a very long time. This is the set, Travis. This is the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive set that, F it, I'm opening it. You know, it's a Lego set. It's meant to be played with. Beth reminded me of that fact today. She's like, why aren't you opening that? I'm like, because it's an exclusive. And she's like, okay. I'm like, you know what? You're right. I enjoy putting sets together like this. Who cares? What's with this set? Is it different from the other Lego Frigate? I hadn't heard about this set. There is no other Lego Frigate. This is the one. The only other Lego Frigate was the one that the guy had on Ideas for a while that didn't get picked up. And then he put out the instructions for purchase or for free or something like that. This was years ago. And it was picked up by Lepin and sold on Lepin. So now you can get the big F-off Nebulon B, like 500 pieces or whatever it is. I forget how many pieces. It's more than that, 1,500 pieces. Hi, puppers. Do you want to get on camera here? Do people want to see your face? There's your puppers. Say hi, Kaylee. Joy's your Kaylee. Look at that face. Look at her face. Look at her face. Yes, you're very sweet. All right, go bother your mama. That's Kaylee. You want to help me build Lego? Is that what's going on? Yeah, so his was stolen by Lepin / whoever does the stealing over there. I'm going to try not to crease the book too much either. But it's going to be hard because it's a hardbound book. So I'm going to have to do this one-handed. I'm going to do him left-handed. Oh, you know what a hurry we're in. Yeah, so I've got friends who go to Comic-Con. And the last time they went, I asked them to get me some of the convention sets. I said, I'll pay you if you can get me some of these. So they've been pretty good about getting these for me. But this one was the one that was like, there's no actual Comic-Con, so we have to offer it a different way. Yeah, the Black Widow set. It looks like it might be pretty fun to put together. Plus getting those, I like the stand. The figures look pretty cool. So yeah, that'll be a fun one. And the Darth Vader one wasn't even a San Diego exclusive. It was just like, hey, you have a Target Red card? You can get this set. The issue with these sets is that they are US only, specifically. So I think a lot of international fans are a little bent out of shape about this. And they are rightly to be upset. But, you know, I don't know. There's a lot of, weren't the Chinese sets, the Chinese towns and villages and stuff, weren't some of those exclusives as well? I don't remember. I actually tried to find a friend who could get me one of those. Yeah, that's where I got this one, was Amazon, actually. All right. I don't expect this to be like a majorly awesome build, but this will definitely be a display piece. I will keep this up somewhere. I'm trying to think of other display pieces that I might start taking down because I'm starting to lose room. Like, I don't think I need those Overwatch sets. And I've got some brickheads that I probably don't need up. But, oh, the life. Yeah, it went on Lego.com first, and then a couple hours later was Amazon. I think in both cases, this and Frigate. Oh, nice. I got 0 of those Monkey Boy sets. They look fun. Every time I think about getting a set, my brain goes Star Wars, and I'm like, okay. So, Travis, I was telling the 0 people at the top of the hour that not including Kodiak, he listened. That next week is the 72-hour stream, 72-hour community event stream. If anybody wants to be on the stream with me, they can. I'll be doing this time slot, so 10 to noon, a week from today for a 72-hour stream. And I'll do it through Restream Studio, so I can send out invites and have people on and whatever. So if you're interested and want to be on, I'm going to be building the ITS transport from Galaxy's Edge, which I ordered today, and I was hoping to have it today. I was going to do this stream today, but Target was like, yeah, we're going to text you at 9:20 and say that it's ready. And I'm like, I can't get over there and back in time to get this set up. I was in their parking lot because I ordered it last night at like 9 o'clock. And I was in their parking lot at like 8:30 going, come on, I know you guys have been open for like a half hour. Let's get this rolling. Yeah, hey-oh, I'm actually a person here. Don't talk to me like I'm not here. I turned off my how many people are viewing thing on the chat, so I don't know who's watching ever, because I don't... That became sort of a mental thing for me, is like, how many people are on right now? It's like, I don't care. I will engage if somebody says something, but I'm here to do the thing that I like to do, so... Alright, this is getting kind of ridiculous. Oh, that's much better. I'm gonna sit there and hold it all day. Okay. So yeah, if anybody's interested, I know Kodiak said he was interested, but it may be like a non-face cam thing. Oh, ayo, that's me you're talking about. Hi, I'm a me. Oh, so we do movie nights with our friends. Usually on the weekends, we'll watch 1 or 2 movies via Zoom. And we try to do something that everybody, at least 25% of us haven't seen. So if one of us hasn't seen a movie, we'll add it to the list. But if all 4 of us have seen it, we're like, well, we'll add it because we haven't seen it in a long time. But, you know, it's a good movie, but we've all seen it. October, we've been doing this for a while, but October was Scary Movie Month. So we did all these Nightmare Before Christmas, Nightmare on Elm Street, and Insidious, and all these other ones that like we hadn't seen before. They're classics that we hadn't seen. So we did that. Oh, it does leave that open. Okay. And then November is going to be Science Fiction Month, because I was like, you know what? We've been watching a lot of horror movies. Beth and I watch a lot before this October too. She's always like, ooh, have you seen this? Have you seen this? I'm like, sure. Let's watch that. But I'm like, you know what? Let's do some science fiction. So we did science fiction. We've got a couple of those under our belt. We watched Equilibrium last night, which I've seen before. And I feel bad for making everybody else watch it, because it's a fun gun shoot 'em up movie, but it's like, I don't know. You can tell it takes itself very seriously, even though it's just Christian Bale shooting people. You know, you're like, okay. But I've got this trench coat. I'm a cleric, prime cleric. It's like, okay, I get it. Settle down now. But we also watched I Should Be Free and Would Love to Be a Part. Should I have something particular build for that? No, you can just show up. You can build. You can just have your face on camera. We can chat. I'm probably going to do something like this. So it'll just be this, and I'll flip back and forth between face and building probably. But yeah. I will send out, if you're interested, I'll post something on my Facebook page or Twitter or something, Instagram, and because I know a lot of the 72-hour people get more, they feel like they're more involved when they talk with people. So if you're at all interested, we can do that. Yeah, it's not great. So the other movie we watched, which I absolutely adored, was Swiss Army Man. If you haven't seen this movie, leave the stream right now and go watch it. It's so delightfully absurd, amazing, and it's just amazingly acted and shot and written. My friend Dan was like, I am afraid of the mind that came up with this movie. And I'm like, yes, but it is so good. Prospect for November, Great Almost Tech West. Is that the new one that's out with Pedro Pascal that just got put on Netflix? Because I keep seeing trailers for that. If it is, I think it's funny because the trailer is Pedro Pascal in a helmet talking about weapons and, you know, tactics and stuff. So you hear that voice talking about putting a gun down, back away slowly, don't do this. And I'm like, are we watching The Mandalorian? What is this? It sounds exactly like it. Trying to build in camera. Uh-oh. Are the animals into something? Oh no, that's Beth. Got it. I think next on our list of sci-fi movies, we're gonna watch. We had Gattaca on there, but then we realized that we've all seen Gattaca. We hadn't seen it in a long time, so we're like, well, maybe we should watch Gattaca. TV shows. We got a list of TV shows. Movie night. Here we go. In Time, District 9, which I've seen. Moon, which I've seen. I've seen all the rest of these. I haven't seen Her, so we added Her. Looper, Brazil, and Minority Report. Only because I think those are pretty good, like, sci-fi. Like, there's other, like, you know, action-y, science-y, spacey, shoot-em-up kind of things, but we were trying to get ones that, like Arrival. Beth hadn't seen Arrival, and I've been killing to try to get her to see that. Because I think it's a wonderful science fiction movie. Like, literally, this is what science fiction is. So we watched that finally, and she enjoyed it, you know. The problem she has with science fiction is it can be a bit slow, and in some cases, like Equilibrium, even though it's like a dystopian 1984 Brave New World kind of thing going on. It's bumpkins in space. Yeah, it's great. What was I saying? Oh, I hate being old. It was something about... Oh, the reason she doesn't like science fiction a lot is because sometimes the action will happen, and when action happens, she just goes like this. I was like... And I can tell because she'll just grab her phone and start looking at her phone, and I'm like, oh, why aren't you watching? She's like, it's action. I don't need to know what's happening here. They're just shooting at each other. You know, this doesn't advance the plot at all. And I'm like, okay, fair enough. And in most cases, she's right. But when we were watching Equilibrium, I'm like, there are bits where you kind of have to watch what's going on because it will tell a little bit of his story, right? So, but yeah, I get it. Science fiction is kind of hard to watch if you get like good science fiction because it's a little slow. It wants to tell a story, and sometimes that story is a little boring because they're all like what-if stories. Ice Pirates? No. Nobody needs to watch Ice Pirates. You know what I want to add to the list is Buckaroo Banzai, but I think I'd be the only one who enjoys that movie. I was like, come on, it's Peter Weller and Jeff Goldblum. What's it about? Oh, I don't have any idea. It's about weirdness, and John Lithgow's in it. Buckaroo Banzai, Adventures in the Eighth Dimension. Build a ship temper from Disney's Black Hole, which is a great dark sci-fi. Yeah, Black Hole is one of those, like, it came out before Tron too, and it's one of those weird times when Disney was kind of up on the, oh, there's going to be a big science fiction revolution because Star Wars just happened, so they're like, you know, let's do some stuff. And Black Hole is kind of underrated. It's a little scary and a little weird. 2001, it was like the hybrid of 2001 and Star Wars. It had some action, but it was still like You know, we're out here in the depths of the universe kind of thing. I liked it. I haven't seen it in forever, so probably, I don't know if it holds up or not. Equilibrium is a bit of a slow build, you're right. Oh, we got a bunch of those, okay. Yeah, because at first I'm like, the first thought that went through everybody's mind too was like, oh, it's Sean Bean. Is he going to die in this? It's like, yeah, pretty soon, pretty early too. I mean, spoilers, movie's been out for 18 years or whatever. Of course, then, you know, you watch that and you're like, oh, have you seen Dark City? And have you seen this? And have you seen this? You know. I feel I've let the microfighter version of this channel down. I have not ordered any parts for the Umbaran Starfighter yet. Because it looks like I'm going to need a lot. I didn't think I was going to, but it turns out I need quite a few. So what happened was I was like, I know I have this part somewhere. So I was just trying to sort for the past week. Whoop, whoop. So if you're late to the party, I got these prints from Doors Arts on Etsy. Just look up Doors, D-O-R-S, and it says Doors Art, but I think the address on Etsy is Doors Arts because there's another Doors Art, and I got these killer minimalist Squadrons prints that I'm going to frame and put on either side of my TV. You know, $20 each because they're prints. You know, this is pretty standard for whatever. I'm pretty sure I'll have to look up the Arbesh, but I think that says Rebels and I think that says Empire or something like that. So, Doors Arts, go check them out. Oh, also, I got where'd my phone go? Travis, you'll appreciate this. I got I am a Kevin Hinkle patron, and he was doing a Patreon only. What's up, M. Dot? Rob 2009 and a bunch of other numbers. I don't want to become famous by doing all those weird links, but thank you. Thanks for the eyeballs. I appreciate it. If you could tell all your bot friends to be here, I'd love to get my average viewers up to 3. I just don't know how that's ever going to happen. It's Ace McLeod from Centurions was my suggestion for him to draw, and he did, which now, it won't focus. There we go. Now I really want to get into finding the proper buildable figures for that and actually building some Centurions. I think would be a great project. It's obscure enough, but every time you talk to somebody who knows 80s toy culture, they like, oh yeah, Centurions. I remember that. And we used to do a thing with the old brackets, the old school like 2x2, 2x2 brackets, the big ones, where we would take a person's head off and jam one of those brackets down on them and put their head back on. And that was like the backpacks, the little neck pieces that you have now where you can put stuff on them, the clear or singular stud ones. But we would do that, and that's how we would attach stuff to the fronts and backs of them, and we would make our own minifig scale Centurions. It was a lot of fun, but I think buildable figure scale size, like that size, would be a lot of fun, because you could, you know, it's mix and match. It's kind of Lego-ish, you know? But it's an obscure property, so I can see it not being like everybody going, oh yeah, I want to buy that. You know, I want to buy that weird old 80s property. But I mean, Voltron. Voltron's not a weird 80s property. It is a well-known 80s property. I mean, this is just under the level of like Thundercats, and you know, this is more Tiger Sharks. You know, it came out between like G.I. Joe and Thundercats, you know, and I think it had 2-3 seasons, maybe just 2, but I enjoyed it. They had 3 guys to start. It was air, sea, and land, and then they added a couple later that were a little more specialized. Like I think there was a space one, and then there was like a computer one, something. Powers combined, yeah. Yeah, I think it's such a good idea, but it's a little random. So I have to remember this combination of parts. I keep forgetting about that. The headlight brick plus the Travis brick. I always forget that can happen. So the first step would be, because you need to get a blue one, a green one, and a yellow one. And I need to just research all the available buildable Technic figure parts of a certain size, because it also needs to have a head. So I need to have a head. So I need to either figure out how to make a head, or because it's 3 different guys' heads. There's one that's Ace McCloud's kind of like, they're all white dudes. But, you know, the hair on Ace McCloud's kind of swoopy and hey. And then, I forget their names. It's Ace McCloud and something Ray, because it's Manta Ray, of course. And then the land guy has like a crew cut and he's very And then the sea guy has a mustache, I guess because, you know, pirates. But they're all different colors, so you got to get the different color suit for each of them. Literally just woke up. Well, I'm glad the first thing that you've done, Em, is join us here this morning. That's great. Brave Star Figs. Wow. I remember that. Yeah. You'd had you put something on your channel about that, right? Or maybe I'm just misremembering. I may have seen something about it on the Toy Galaxy channel. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, Brave Star, man. There's some stuff that he does that Dan Larson does that I don't like. How did I miss this? This seems to be so right up my alley. And I missed, like, Skeleton Warriors. I remember it being a thing, but I'm like, how did I miss this? This looks awesome. Oh, what a great snot technique, yo. They know what's up. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's cool looking. Oh, that focused really great for a hot second. There we go. See, the sad part about this is it's a good way to get some of these smaller greebling parts. So if you got a couple of these, you could part one out, put one together, get 3 of them, part one out, build one and keep, and then keep one enclosed. But that would have been like $120. But then, you know, you sell it back for $100 later. I don't know. M-Dot, He-Man was a good cartoon. It was a good 80s cartoon. But I would go out on a limb and say it wasn't the best 80s cartoon. I'm only going to say that because it was still very much a commercial for a toy, which all 80s cartoons were, and suffered from the fact that it didn't progress a story. It was the same. It just did the same bottle episode every time. Like, it really didn't advance anything, right? There's no character growth or anything. He-Man was always He-Man, was always Adam, was always, you know. I can offhand think of like 2 or 3 that were better. Like, they just were better stories. And a couple that were better animated. He-Man suffered a lot from... we got it in the can rotoscoping, and they would just reuse those scenes over and over again. So, I mean, you could just watch it and see that, oh, that's the thing that, you know, they just They reused the same animations constantly. So not only did it feel like the story wasn't new, but the animation even wasn't new. But all they were doing was trying to push a toy. So, I mean, it didn't have to be stellar. Yeah, Exo Squad. I thought Exo Squad was a toy franchise for a while in Lego. So I think a better 80s cartoon would have to be, in terms of story, Robotech. Robotech was an overall better cartoon. The animation may not have been as good, but it was a long story. It was a progressive story, and it was dealing with issues in the story that kids weren't really. You know, at the end of every cartoon, G.I. Joe, He-Man, they had their little public service announcement where they're like, don't stick your tongue in an outlet, kids, you know, stuff like that. But it wasn't really, you know, you get to the end of the story and kids turn it off. They don't care. But in terms of, like, hard-hitting things that we would have to deal with, I think Robotech was a lot better, and it wasn't an American cartoon to start. But it dealt with loss, sometimes infidelity, a bit of, you know, imposter syndromes in a lot of cases. Brave Star was, yeah. I also think a story like Dungeons and Dragons was better because that told an overarching story. They had to get back, right? And everything was trying to get back, and they had to work as a team. And there was stories about doubt and teamwork and not infidelity in that case, but faithfulness, you know, being able to trust your team and things like that. There's always the one guy who was kind of a jerk and they kept bringing him back. Not fair if you bring in non-American cartoons because they're all better written. Yeah. Dungeons and Dragons I thought was good. There was Mask was a pretty good cartoon, but it was very, again, very bottle episode and didn't really push any sort of story. It was just kind of the same thing over and over again. But Mask has the best opening theme song of any cartoon ever. Sorry. It just does. Except for maybe 90s X-Men. I will go down a limb and say those two are probably right up there. I'm trying to think of another American cartoon that was, like, well written. Because all of them were cartoons made for selling toys. That's really all they were. I mean, there were some that were like, Pole Position was one of my favorites. It was a weird little cartoon. I don't think they had a toy line that they were pushing. It was just a weird, you know, it's like, hey, there's this video game. You guys remember this video game? Let's make a cartoon about it. Which means the cartoon kind of stood on its own because they had to make an entire story. The Dungeon Master is creepy. Yeah, that little bald guy with the red cloak, and he's like, oh, hello, come over here, and, you know, here, now you're this power, and you're this power, and, yeah. He was like a character from Twin Peaks or something. Animated D&D was great, yeah. It was a lot of fun. I've gone back and watched a bunch of, like, old, you know, 80s cartoons, and they generally don't hold up. You know, that just because there's nothing that you can watch and go, if you watched one episode, you could see all the episodes. Basically. There's no one that's like any better than any others. Is that all the farther that goes down? Oh, that's going to be a problem. That's not good at all. It just sits in there. That's going to come out. Ugh. It looks like the flashing is still on there, but I know it's not. I can't see that. Alright. Anyway, that doesn't look like it's going to stay in there very well. But that's a cool greebling effect. It would have been fun to design this set. This is going to make me want to go play Squadrons after this, because you have to defend frigates in fleet battles, and you can just kind of, or attack them if you're on the Empire side. And during your resupply thing, you have to go park underneath it. And so you get to basically look at the back of this thing, right? While you're sitting there parked, you're just camped out right here, and you're just looking at the back of that. It's pretty cool. Seat Cats. I might be showing my hand too much saying Seat Cats was pretty good. Stocks and children inside a magic realm where he send them into deadly situations, refusing to... Yeah. Yeah, Mask was pushing toys pretty hard. They were cool toys, and I stand by the fact that that theme song was just baller. Was it... It wasn't Seed Cats, was it, Kodiak? Was it something else? Did you have a typo in there? SWAT Cats. I love SWAT Cats. I don't think that was technically an 80s cartoon. I think that was 90s. But holy crap, do I love me some SWAT Cats. Again, I don't think it was that story-driven. Like, I don't remember it very well in terms of, like, the writing. But, man, I love that cartoon. And that was a good, like... The problem 80s cartoons had is they had this wicked opening theme that the animation was stellar. And then the actual cartoon was kind of, you know. But SWAT Cats, man, holy crap. Like, even the internals to the show were just really, really good. I don't ever forget about that one. But I don't think it's technically an 80s cartoon. I don't know. Somebody prove me wrong. Look that up. Minions. Go look that up, Minions. Yeah, SWAT Cats was so good. It was kind of superhero-ish because they had their, you know, their identities, their hidden identities, and oh man, what a great show that was. And I know people are they're really into a lot of the Disney stuff, like Chippendales, Rescue Rangers, or Tailspin, or DuckTales, or something like that. Solid cartoons, not saying that they aren't. I don't know, I was never really, or Goof Troop. I heard Goof Troop was just amazing, but I was really never into any of those. Ah, okay. Rocky and Bullwinkle. I watched the crap out of Rocky and Bullwinkle when I was a kid. Nothing up my sleeve. And now here's something we hope you'll really like. Yeah, I watched the crap out of that. There was some stuff down like Nick at Night and things like that. Because I think it was just at the end of Rocky and Bullwinkle, because I think that was a Canadian cartoon. I think. Where, like, I don't think I saw it originally, but I saw it really close to... Because I'm old, you know. I was born in 73. So I was the target audience for He-Man and G.I. Joe, and, like, we had all the toys. And my parents hated it. Because they're like, ugh, you guys are going to play with these for, like... We had kind of a good thing going because my brother and I were both born in June, at the end of June. So we felt like we had a good run of, you get stuff at Christmas, you have 6 months to play with it. You get stuff on your birthday, you got 6 months to play with it. So it's not like we had a Christmas birthday-ish or kind of close to Christmas where you had like a year to play with your toys. Like, we got maximum play usage out of stuff before they were destroyed. So like, we were getting early Kenner Star Wars toys. We even got the thing that was like the pop-up thing that was like, we don't have any if you've seen the Star Wars How Toys, or Toys That Made Us, or something like that, how there was the little cutout where you could put the figures once they were released. We actually had that because we were waiting for the figures, and they didn't have them, you know. All right. What was said? Watching Humanoids. That was my big Lego build from the Fiesta we met at. Oh, yeah. Humanoids was awesome. That's a great show. And I remember those builds. Those are fantastic. So, I've got... I've got a bunch of base plates, Travis. I just need to start, and then I'm going to take apart my big Vic Viper frigate, Corvette, whatever, from Shiptember. I'm not going to keep that together. But I will start putting together Autobot City. At the very least, we need to get that done. So that's just going to take a whole lot of... because I got a lot of tan that I can work with for like the outside, but then it's going to take a lot of orange and white. So I'll start ordering some orange and white, just if I get a chance to. Maybe on this next lug bulk order, I'll just go for a lot of orange. I got dark orange this time for the Beggar's Canyon, and I just haven't done anything with it yet. Tailspin was also great. I liked Tailspin. Dino Riders. Dino Riders was great. I think, again, Toy Galaxy did a bit about them. Also, Robotics. Do you guys remember Robotics? That was mostly a toy, but they had like a brief comic book and cartoon. And for whatever reason, it really freaked me out. Like the toy itself, or the comic book, or the cartoon, really kind of freaked me out. There's something about like the lifeless-eyed metal dinosaur things that I'm just like, I don't understand why this is freaking me out so much. I don't understand this. Okay, you've got an ingot in there, right, which is kind of a nice piece, and then you cover it up. I guess that looks cool. I don't know. Can I hide my eyes? Does it focus right? I don't know. All right, so you have to tell me what scale you're building them in so I can make a mock of one and see how big the city should be. But I'm thinking they're what? They're like 3 inches tall? Maybe 4 inches, something like that. So if I start building stuff that's, you know, modular size, maybe modular size, that should be good. We have to put some battle damage on it because it's in the middle of a battle. This is just non-stop greebling. Later 80s cartoon that doesn't die. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a good, like even the original 80s one, again, no story really. It's kind of the same thing over and over again. But I mean, animation in the show itself was quality. It had longevity. It ran for a long time. It had a good fan base. I have not been upset at any of the reboots either. Like there's a couple that weren't awesome, but uh-oh. Does this... Oh, tell me there's not a gap in there. I was curious about this when I put it together. Yep, I put that together wrong. Don't know why I thought that was right. Because I saw them going not down the middle, and I'm like, what is going on with that? Put this in wrong. And I was going to make a comment about it, but I thought they knew better. Turns out it was me who didn't know better. There we go. Nice. That's a nice segment. So I'm going to pull it out again without breaking it too much. It's a nice attachment segment there. Pretty smooth. It's a cute little build so far. I like it. 2012, great overarching story. Optimus. 9 bricks tall. Okay. I'll base it off that. None of the Turtles stuff I really ever had a problem with. I always thought it was well animated and had a lot of pathos and a lot of heart. So I was in favor of a lot of it. I didn't like that they did it. That's the luxury of being an old man, is I'm like, why are they redoing the Turtles again? You know, they don't have to do this. Of course, I was at the time buying old Eastman and Laird Turtles comics, so I'm just like, at first I didn't even like the original cartoon. I'm like, why is this a cartoon? This was a weird little comic book that nobody cared about. Anyway. Yeah, I could talk about this all day, which I think is what's going to happen a week from now. I haven't seen the 2018 version yet. I saw trailers for it, and I don't think... What channel was it on? Was it on, like, CBS or something? There was a reason I couldn't watch it. Probably because I don't have cable, but I don't remember what channel it was on. Cable/network TV. I don't have either of those. All about Netflix. I am watching She-Ra right now, and it's... Talk about a good animation and a good story. It is very enjoyable. And, yeah. See, it makes me think, because there was an attempt for a Thundercats redo. Oh God, in 2008 or maybe 2011, and it didn't go anywhere. Like I remember watching it, going, "This is amazing! This is so well done. It's an actual story." I think I'm missing a piece, but it could be that I put it extra somewhere. But I don't think so. Is it under here? No. Is it over here? No. Yeah, it was fantastic. But it didn't get any play. So I was a little upset. But so then when Voltron came back, I was like, it almost the exact same thing. I was like, oh, this isn't going to make it. But then it got a huge reception. And I think mostly because it was Netflix versus, I don't know where what thing Thundercats came out of. I think I'm actually missing a piece. Unless it comes in a different bag. I'm going to go see if I can grab a piece real quick. I've got the vehicles, but need to build the background buildings and stuff, but I storyboarded and want to make a stop animation. Oh, cool. Of more Transformers? Are you doing more Transformers? If I have this as an extra piece at the end of the day, I'm going to write a nasty letter. God. Nickelodeon have glowing mystic powers that were not... Oh, yeah. That is kid bad. Oh, there is a Thundercats reboot. Oh, that's... I really liked the one that came out a couple of years ago. Like, I thought they handled the origin of it great, and I was excited for where the story was going to go. Was I supposed to open another bag? Because... Oh, there it is. Thundercats just seems like a good idea and just built in with so much mythos and stuff that They could really kind of do anything they wanted to with it. All right, so that. There it is. Fart joke palooza. Speaking of fart jokes, Swiss Army Man, go see it. It's on, I think it's on Netflix. Treat yourself. It's just joyfully absurd. And both actors did an amazing job. I'm building outside of the view of the camera. What's up, Connor? Missed out on the Nebulon B. How are you doing? Yeah, I think a lot of people did. And I'm kind of sad that I opened this, but not really. It's a Lego set. It needs to be built. It's made to have hands on it. So, whatevers. I thought about buying 2 of them so that I could find somebody overseas that I could sell it to so they could get a copy of it, but I'm sure there's going to be plenty of people doing that. I kind of wanted to do it so I could get it to somebody who wasn't going to be gouged, because I know they're not going to be able to get a good price on it on eBay or whatever. So, but at the end of the day, I'm like, $40 is really all I want to spend on this. Yeah, this is just non-stop greebling, which is what the Nebulon B is. It's just a big greeble fest. Built the corner garage not that long ago. Is that a modular? It sounds familiar. Again, I'm not... Oh, there it is. It was buried. Buried in other little parts. The music you're enjoying today is by Harris Heller. Harris Heller on Spotify. Go check it out. Oh, farting to win battles. Yeah. Corner garage is a modular. All right. Cool. I'll have to look that one up. Roller skates for the win. I got a giant bag of roller skates for in our lug bulk order, and I'm super glad I did because they make great greebles on very small things. So we're going to noon today, not 11:30. I'm going to try to get this done. I don't know if that's going to happen, but... Oh my goodness, look at this nonsense. That's actually very pretty. You know, for this size of set, it's a lot of fun to build. But it's all, you know, little pieces and stuff. It's not that big of a set, you can see by how big it is in my hand. I mean, when you say it like that, farting to win battles is hilarious. But yeah, it's not... It is pretty stupid. Oh, well played indeed. I like how they got these to tie together. That's good. Very nice, very nice. Ooh, I like those pieces. I need to get more of these squat cones. How many of those? 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. those? 8? Good gravy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 on the front. All right, stand that up. This set will give you a lot of of these ingots too, if you're just getting it for parts. I think the box looks cooler than the set of this. Yeah. The box art is actually pretty cool. They posterized it a little bit. You can see, trying to get the glare off of it. You can see how they kind of posterized a render. It's still the ship. It's still just a render, but they kind of posterized it. So it looks, I don't know. So it looks like the similar kind of thing they did with this. This is the style they did. So it looks like a cartoon, like a comic book drawing. Because it's a San Diego thing, so it's got to look like a comic book drawing. They've done that for years, where it looks like comic book drawings, right? Because it's San Diego, which is ostensibly a comic convention. It has since become a media convention. So, but I think they're trying to keep with its roots. I am still super bummed that this is just a sticker. It's not a tile. I thought the whole point of getting this set was that it was a printed tile with that on it. I didn't know. Are all these like this? Are all the 40th anniversary of Empires, the duel at Bespin and all that stuff, are they all stickers? I was really looking forward to that being a tile. Uh-oh. Did I miss one? I think I missed one. That's how they get you, Ben. What's up, Kevin? Well, you know, they get us by doing these exclusive sets anyway. That's how they get us. Because we are addicted. Let me show you my Lego track marks in my arm. At the end of this bag, which is like right now apparently, I am going to go pop over and heat up a cup of coffee. So I'm going to put this on Be Right Back. It shouldn't take me but 90 seconds. So would you guys like to look at this while I go do that and listen to some music? I'll just leave this right here. Or I can set it to Be Right Back. All right, thank you for your patience. And we're back. I don't think that is even a Comic-Con exclusive because it has a stick. I think it is a marketing ploy. It has a stick? Oh, a sticker. Well, I mean, that's what it says. I also think it's funny that it's Comic-Con International, but you can only get this set in the States. So here's the what's left of the parts. It's actually some pretty decent one-offs. I always like these, but I have a ton of those. Don't have a whole lot of microphones. That's good. Just got a bag of skates. Don't need those. These pips are good. So yeah, so there you go. And of course, that piece that I thought was missing, but it wasn't. So there you go. Bag numero dos. Yeah, I don't think having a sticker doesn't make it exclusive. I think only being able to get it in certain locations makes it exclusive. And if you're just joining us, Kevin, I was given crap about having this open after putting up such a fuss about buying it or not being able to buy it. And then Beth was like, why aren't you putting it together? And I'm like, because it's an exclusive. She's like, okay. And I was like, you know what? You're right. It's a Lego set. I'm going to build it. So I think maybe Thursday I'll do the Black Widow one too. But this one's kind of newish, so I thought I'd do this one first. But I'm not stupid. I'm keeping all this stuff together. The box, the bags, the instructions, the sticker. I'm going to keep it all together. And then at some point I may break it back down. I'm not going to put the sticker on. Put them in Ziplocs and keep, whatever. For those who want it to be a collector's item, maybe I'll resell it. Maybe. Don't know. All right, so let's get into it. So I'm really liking this build so far, but there's a lot that's like, you can't grab it too much around here because there's like this little microphone here. That's going to come off. That's going to come off. You have to be very careful when you hold it. So I like all the greebling. Here's where we are, right? I like all the detail so far. Some cool snot building techniques on the underside here with all those wedge plates. Kind of fun. Yeah. Also, cheers. Got my cinnamon whipped cream chocolate syrup coffee going on. If any of you are Twitch users, I'm also streaming on Twitch. Feel free to drop over to Ben's Brick Designs on Twitch and follow there. Could still use that elusive average follower thing. I just think Lego stuff on Twitch is probably like the I used to say redheaded stepchild, but then somebody gave me crap about it because I think they were redheaded and they may have been a stepchild, or they had stepkids, and so they're like, hey. And so I stopped doing that because I think it sort of could be offensive to people. So now I need a new phrase that means that. Orphaned? Abandoned? In medicine, there are things called orphaned diseases. I think it's orphaned. Because it's not something that like the FDA will develop medicine for, and treatment is very sort of not studied. So maybe that could be something. Oh, no problem, Kodiak. You do you, man. Kevin, I was talking about next week, a week from today, I'm doing my 72-hour stream, Lego community stream. I know you guys had feelings about that, I think. I can't remember. If you would like to pop in and say hi, I'd be okay with it. If you want to pop in with your camera on something you're drawing, great. I actually might, I know it's not a, I might actually start doing a little more drawing on this stream. There is a chance that I would be doing a, I have to get back in touch with this lady, a children's book, but I have to work with this lady who's given me the art for, or the script for it. I keep putting it off and putting it off because I'm doing more stuff for this. But yeah, a friend from college was like, hey, my mom's writing a children's book. Would you be interested in doing the art for it? And of course, I haven't been doing any art of any sort for years, but I'm like, it's sort of like riding a bike, but, and Kevin, you'll appreciate this if you're still on. It isn't like riding a bike. Like, you remember how to draw certain things and how to find the tools that you need to get a certain thing done, right? You're like, I know how to approach the setup. I know how to approach getting to a certain point, right? The sketch phase, the line art phase, the coloring phase, if it's going to be a painting, if it's going to be just black and white, if it's going to be pens, am I just going to use these tools? Is it going to be digital? That kind of thing. You kind of approach it based off the type of project. What is out of practice is what your hand motion muscle memory is, right? Like, I can still visualize the things I need to do for a project. That's not the problem. The problem is, like, anytime I sit down and try to do it, I'm like, oh, yeah, I've completely forgot how to draw, right? I haven't, but my hand has. And that gets a little frustrating because I was just doing some sketches for her to start, and I was like, that is not what I wanted at all. You know, I can see it here, but it's that disconnect where you're able to kind of connect your hand and your mind, and that can fade if you're not practicing a lot. So any of you artists out there, don't stop what you're doing, because it isn't like riding a bike. You'll be frustrated to realize that later. I'm still in my semi-Lego-centric live stream detox. Good for you, man. I know you're trying to pull away from that. That's got to be hard. Yeah, that's and I get it from your perspective. That's a thing that you need to do. I completely understand. Because you guys were talking about this on your last stream, where you can get pigeonholed into a certain thing because that's all you've really done for a long time. So people start remembering you as that. The example being, you tell anybody that you're into Lego and you become the Lego guy, right? Like, all of my friends, I'm the Lego guy, right? I have friends also who, anytime I hear about bagpipes, there's that one guy who plays bagpipes. I send everything I find to him. There's one lady who writes fan fiction. I send everything to her, you know, anytime I hear about stuff like that. So people can get pigeonholed, and it's really hard to pull out of that. Luckily, I still have some friends who do comic book stuff, and I still communicate with them, even though I personally haven't bought a comic or drawn any comic book art in a long time. I still talk to them about stuff. So I think if I ever were to get back into it, the community, at least, I feel I could get back into pretty gracefully if I wanted to. I'm appreciating some of these builds where they, like, I've got a build like that where it's only one stud on here. It's still very, you know, it'll still hold on to there really good, really well. This is also interesting with the 1x3 and the 2 studs offset. You know, they don't do there's no 3x6 plate, so that's a very cool offset build. Is this the really long one? Slow down. This must be the brain of the Nebulon B. It's the brain because it's pink. It's like the brickheads with the... Never mind. I don't know how long that is. Is that 6? Yes. Okay. So Kevin, thanks again for the screenshot of the Ace McCloud. I was telling there's another local guy on here, Travis, who's in Texas. He's a little farther away from Austin, but he's in Austin, just outside of Austin. If you weren't at the last Brick Fiesta, he does a lot of 80s, or he's into a lot of 80s toys as well. And so I was telling him that I really want to do a Centurion's build with like the buildable figures, and he's like, that's awesome. And he also had done some minifigure style Centurion stuff where they just kind of have attachments on them. Like, I don't know why that's not a like a bigger thing. I know it's an obscure property, but thank you, Kodiak. I appreciate that. I'm always making these jokes that are really weird or obscure, or like they work really well in my head, and then I say them out loud and everyone's kind of like, what? And it drives Beth crazy because her grandpa was apparently like that, a big jokester. So while she appreciates it, she just is kind of like, just get out, stop, whatever you're doing, just, I can't even with you right now. Yeah, all right. So I hope everybody's weekend goes well after this. Nothing really going on. We're kind of building up to Thanksgiving. Anybody got any Thanksgiving plans? I know it's going to be hard to plan within a pandemic. We don't have any plans. We were going to get together with family, try to pot up with my kids and their moms, because we see each other kind of regularly, but very obscurely, or infrequently, but we have done it. My daughter is in marching band at a school here in Texas, and they've had to play, and there's like a kid on their marching band who has COVID. And then there's a kid in my son's marching band in high school who tested positive, or who was exposed and hasn't tested but is in quarantine now. So we're like, well, I guess we probably shouldn't be getting together with you guys, which sucks because it's like, it's my kids and I want to see them, but they live in a different house, so it's hard to, it's just, it's stupid. I hate it. I hate it. Because I used to see them a couple times a week, and now it's like barely see them at all. But we're going to do a, maybe a game night on Zoom or something where everybody gets together and, you know, we have our own dinner, but then that evening we get together and play some online games or board games or something. We've been pretty good about keeping in touch, though, with texts and memes, and we play Among Us quite a bit, so that's fun. But it's rough. I know Beth will be working the day after Thanksgiving, which is kind of stupid, but her company doesn't have that Friday off. So, I mean, it's not like we're going to go anywhere or we have stuff to do, but it's just kind of like, it'd be nice not to have to sit at that desk for 8 hours. Oh, so here's a question. Anybody who's listening right now, I have a question about the Coliseum and when it goes on sale. Does it go on sale this coming 20th and 21st? Is that what I heard? Or does it go on sale Black Friday, so the 28th? Oh, snap! You got the Nebulon set? I did. What the Hops? Tucker, thanks for being here. Appreciate seeing you here on a Sunday morning. I did, and I opened it. And other finger to the man who makes these exclusive sets that people can't get. Yeah. Beth said, Beth gave me some good advice by shaking her head and not understanding why I didn't open a Lego set. So I was like, you know what? You're right. I'm going to open it. Oh, I missed like a whole ton of crap. Why do I keep skipping steps so much? I think the talking is really throwing me off here. Trying to hang out with my people and be engaged. So yeah, I want to get the Coliseum set, and Beth said that would be a good Christmas, wedding, birthday, next Christmas, following birthday, Arbor Day, Veterans Day, July 4th, Easter present. So I have that to look forward to. But I wanted to make sure that when we get it, I get it from Lego so I can get all the points. And then also on a day where you get like double VIP points or something like that, because it's it's not a full day, but it's like double VIP day. I'm not sure if any of those line up, like Black Friday, when it goes on sale, double VIP. Yeah. I don't know if you know the story behind it, but I was super bent out of shape. Why am I missing? Oh, yeah, forgot to do that. But I found out it was going on sale, right? I was like, sweet, when? 14th, got it. So I know that I got burned on the 501st Battle Pack going on sale at midnight because I waited till midnight on Lego.com and it didn't go on sale. Like, I couldn't find it. It wasn't showing up in the page. It just said coming soon, coming soon, coming soon. Like, okay. So then, you know, at like 12:30, I'm like, I was asking around on Facebook and Discord channels and stuff, and I was like, why is this not out yet? And they're like, it probably won't be out till like 3 in the morning. I'm like, really? That seems not very Lego-like to do it at 2 or 3 in the morning. Sure enough, it came out at like 2:45, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna wait up for that. Luckily, a friend got one, or a Leg member got one from the store and brought it over, and it was very nice. It was super generous of him. So this time I was like, okay, midnight, gotcha. So I'm gonna get up at 2:30 and check out Lego.com and Amazon and see which one has it. Well, turns out Lego did release it at midnight. So I woke up just offhand at like 1 o'clock because like my body woke up, and I just checked my phone, and another Lego friend added me in Discord and was like, hey, this just went on sale. I'm like, you're kidding. And of course, 5 minutes later, it's gone. And then I was like, well, that sucks. So I checked around, and they said, well, it's still going out on Amazon. And I was like, at 3 in the morning? They said after 3 hours. And I'm like, okay, midnight Eastern. So it's going to be 2 Pacific. So I'm going to check Amazon at 2 a.m. So at 2 a.m., I just ran over to my computer, checked Amazon. It was there. I ordered it. I was like, oh, that was easy. And it'll be shipped to you today. And I'm like, oh, that means it's here somewhere. There's no way they're flying this in just for this. Don't know. I got it at 5 p.m. yesterday. So, really crazy. But the fact that you have to kind of go through that to get this, it's not even really the Nebulon B we all wanted. I don't know. There's practices I don't really appreciate them doing, but I get it. You know, I get why they do it. They drum up interest and things like that. For a ship that honestly exists in, I feel, is one of the most iconic ships in Star Wars. All the ships in Star Wars are pretty iconic, but this especially, right? But instead of getting us a nice UCS Nebulon B, we've got to have more LAT gunships, more, you know, Republic gunships, and how many snow speeders do we have, and how many Slave 1s do we have, and there's going to be a new Millennium Falcon, all this kind of junk. So, which is why I kind of like what I'm doing with the microfighters, because I'm like, look, we're never going to actually get this set, but have a small version of it to play with. At least, you know, at least it's out there. All right, this doesn't make any sense either. So you've got these 2x2 modified tiles, right? So you would think that there's something in here that needs to be, you know, not glued down, not clamped down. But then immediately the next direction is to put just another plate on top of that. Okay. I mean, maybe it's because it's providing pieces to rebuild into other cool things. It's like, you know what? We could do that. We could just put another one of those right there. I don't know why you would. They are doing the whole exclusive thing right now, and I get it because they can't really... There are exclusives that you get from San Diego that you can't really get now because you can't go to San Diego. I understand. You know, there's action figures you can't get from Mattel or Kenner or Hasbro or whatever that they're only available if you go to the convention. I get it. I just think it's kind of dumb that they still do that even though there's no actual convention, and you can't get it if you don't live in the U.S. I feel that kind of thumbs it in the eye for some people, but I don't know. I don't work for Lego. I don't know. I'm just here to build my own stuff. I mean, I could work for Lego. I spend more time in studio making models and instructions and going over spreadsheets of stuff I have done and doing research on ships and trying to replace old parts with new parts in the previous models I've done, that it's like, I would love to do this for a living. I would be so good at it just to do it all the time. Sadly, my application has not been approved. And I do have an application with Lego. I've put in several. I think my biggest issue is that I don't have like the background to really get into it. You know, it's hard to go from an IT background for the last 20 years and go, hey, I want to work for a toy designing company, designing toys. I don't want to do IT support. I don't want to do marketing. I don't want to do sales. I don't want to work in like the community portion of it. I just want to sit behind a computer and make sets. That's all I want to do. Any part of the design program I think would be fun. Sketching them out, building them in the computer, anything like that. I think that would be really fun. It's coming together. You can kind of see the shape of that already. So that's why I get really picky when I see things like I just talked about with that tile on the plate where it's like, are you just providing more pieces for us? Is that the whole reason you're doing it? It is weird that it's a Danish company and yet European people can't get this set. By the same token, there are some sets that are European only that you can't get in the States. There's Asian sets that you can only get in Hong Kong or Tokyo or something like that. Mostly, I think it's mostly China that did the recent one. Coliseum comes out on November 27th, Black Friday, which, oh god, that's dumb. That avoids like double VIP point day, which is next weekend. Bummer. I'm not going to order anything for double VIP day because I got this. Then I got the ITS transport, which I'm going to be building next week. I got the Black Widow set. I'm going to be getting, you know what? I guess I could get the Nintendo set. Because I was going to get that for myself for Christmas. The other thing is I have to save it for a wedding. Ugh. Dumb life. Just want to buy and build Lego. That's all I want to do. And I'm sure I can make a go of it if I quit my day job and just this is all I did. I'm sure I could make dozens of dollars a year by just doing Lego streaming. I'm sure that is just something that could be done. You know, I could convert everything that I have into a Bricklink store and make pennies on the dollar doing that. It's just so rough. Yeah. Well, the VIP, I keep using up my VIP points, so I've got enough to where I could get like $20 off right now. Which isn't, I mean, if I got a smaller set through them, that should have been better, but $20 off of 550 is not, it's barely tax. It is getting warm in here. It is a Nebulon B, and I am happy to see you, M. Dot. Is this still Harris Heller? I'm hoping that we didn't. Going 2 hours, sometimes I drift into somebody else's work, and I don't want to get dinged on YouTube for it, so. If you haven't yet, I have a friend who does miniatures paintings. He's got a Twitch channel. His channel name is Evil Twin Mason. He just sent me this opening that he has now for his channel that he got done on Fiverr. Somebody on Fiverr made it for him. And it's pretty slick, man. I wish I had... I probably could do something like that. I should go check out Fiverr and see if there's anything that I could get done for this channel. Did that go over your head? No, it didn't go over my head. Are you a Nebulon? Is that a Nebulon B or just happy to see me? Congratulations, received over 100 messages today with Restream chat. Thanks, Restream. This brought to you by Restream. I may be the only person I know who's actually using Restream instead of StreamYard. Everybody's using StreamYard. And I think the only reason I'm doing it is because I don't know that I can probably push StreamYard into, or OBS into StreamYard, but I don't. There was some reason I didn't do it originally. Now I can't remember what it was. Mevitz Bricks! Hey, what's up, Mevitz? How is life in, are you in Hayes County, Barrett County? How's life in San Antonio? Did you get a copy of this set, Mevitz, to put on your site? To put on your Bricklink? Speaking of Bricklink, here's Mevitz, y'all. Got a Bricklink site. It's out of San Antonio. You got a copy for you. Good, 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 good. Well, I can get guests on Restream too, M. Dot. If I use their Restream Studio, which I did last week with my friend Meredith, I can get that too. The reason I think Restream, or the reason I got, what the what? Okay. Oh, they go above that. Okay. I think the reason is at first there was something about about StreamYard that you had to pay for, and I can't remember what it was. There's your engine block. Yeah, there was something that you had to pay for on StreamYard, and I don't remember what it was. But I can do virtually the exact same things on Restream. Like I can have guests on, I can highlight comments, I can have stuff at the bottom, backgrounds and stuff. I have to have a paid version to get nicer stuff, like if I want my own background or something. And I feel kind of crappy about that because I'm already paying for Restream, not professional, but something below that where I can have it pumped into my Facebook page. Versus just Facebook. But then to also have to pay for an additional thing just to be able to like have a nice, like if I make my own backgrounds and stuff, they're like, yeah, that requires you to have professional. I'm like, I'm already paying like $20 a month for this. Why do I have to pay $30 just to be able to use my own background? but I don't know. I'm like this close to like canceling it just because I don't. Nobody's really watching through my Facebook page versus the times that I was just streaming onto my Facebook timeline. So I almost feel like I've lost viewers because of that. So I don't know. All right, that's kind of nice. A little hinge action there. Fits very well. I appreciate this design quite a bit. It's very nice. There is a gap there though that I'm not real happy about, but whatever. Saw you had to get yours from Amazon. My friend reminded me that it was going live on Lego, and I got it right away. 30 minutes later, it was gone. Yeah, I woke up like, I don't know if you know Stefan Garcia. He's in San Antonio, too. He's part of the LUG, part of the TBRR group. He added me on Discord and was like, dude, this went live at midnight. And I'm like, last time something went live, it was the 501st Battle Pack that didn't go on till like 2:45 in the morning. And I'm like, dang it, really? So then I was like, well, okay, I'll wait till 2 because somebody said it was still going on Amazon. So right at 2 o'clock, I ordered it and got it that night. I got it that afternoon, actually. So not complaining too bad about that. Everything worked out. It's fine. And I generally don't do exclusive things like this anyway. I say as I have the Taskmaster sit over here too. But, you know, I usually wait to order stuff. I'm never really rushing. I'm not an RFLM channel, so it's like I'm not on the LAN. I'm not on the Ambassadors Network. I'm on it. Like I've signed up for it, and anybody can kind of be on it, but it's not. There's levels of it where it's like. If you are an active channel that reviews and does sets, we will send you the set ahead of time so you can build it and review it and have it on your media so it drums up support and it drums up awareness of the set. So people want to go out and buy it. And honestly, there's some sets that if I made it onto that network at some point, I have an application out for that too. I would build it and then like I don't have to keep all this stuff. I would love to be able to just build it on my stream and then maybe just donate it to somebody. Children's hospitals, you know, some other charitable group, I'm sure would take it. It would be built. You know, I could take it all apart and put it in a bag and back in a box, but it wouldn't be brand new. So I don't know. Yeah, it's not often we get a chance at the SC. I have friends who go to, oh, see? It's where you hold it. I have friends that go to SDCC every year. And we've been meaning to go too. But it's that alone is just such a hassle. It's like you have to get, if you haven't gone before, you get less priority to get tickets. And even then, it's like you have to get into a queue that gets you into a lottery that gets you the sign-in information where you have to be first to get on this webpage to get the ticket. And it's like, are you kidding me? So I usually wait for some of my friends who go and I'm like, look, I'm not going, but if you have the opportunity to get this set while it's there, I will pay for it. You know, just, you know, I'll PayPal you the money. And they're like, yeah, sure. So that's how I got the Solo cockpit and the Ant-Man set from last year, or for the last couple of years ago. So that worked out. So there you go. It's coming together. Pretty stable. Like that. Everybody always aims for this part in squadrons. You just shoot right at this. But this thing's got cannons all over it. These things are a beast to shoot down. You get bulk. I'm trying to get a sponsorship from Minifigs and me, a third-party custom printing minifig company. Good luck. I wish you well on that. I worked with Big Kid Bricks for like a hot second because, and I think that's it. I think it's done. I think I'm just working on the stand now. I'm not really sure. I know I said it was going to go till noon. I'm just going to go till we're finished because all I have to do is the stand now. Hollin' and Ballin'. Hey, man. Good to see you on the stream. Thanks for being here. Doing us a Nebulon B. Wah wah. I had talked to Big Kid Bricks a while ago because I was doing all these microfighters from Legends eras, and I needed custom-made figures to go with them. And I could Frankenstein some stuff together, but I thought, you know, I'd go to his site, and if he had the character that I needed, I would just buy that. And so the minifigure, or the microfighters, became a way to showcase really nice custom minifigures on top of it. So his idea was like, well, how about like I can take your designs and we can do box art for them, and then I could sell them at conventions. And I'm like, that's a great idea. And so we talked a couple times about doing this, and then like radio silence. Like I was like, here's my Google Drive. Here's the ones that I need, right? Here's some really obscure Legends era figures. If you ever do one, or if you have any that I haven't seen, just let me know and I'll buy them. And then I'll, you know, once I get the minifigure made, then I'll be, or the microfighter made, I'll be like, and the figure provided by, you know. I've never heard anything back. There's a couple people I've dealt with that have been like that, where I think I'm going to get into a nice project with them, and then I never hear back from them. And it's kind of a bummer because you don't want people to think that Lego people in general are like flighty or anything, but I've been approached by not a small amount of people wanting to be on their stream group or whatever, and I keep following up and then never hear back from them, and then like months later they'll be like, hey, we should do a thing together. I'm like the last time we were supposed to do something together? Yeah, let's get on that. Fifth of never. Did he offer you sponsored figures? No. Well, yes, he did. We hadn't really got that far. And again, I'm not downing Big Kid Bricks or anything, because I know that doing stuff at conventions is a little like wink and a nod for copyright infringement, where you're selling stuff that says Star Wars on it and it's not really Star Wars licensed. But in small groups, like if you're just a small vendor at a convention, they're not really going to crack down on you. But Lego might send a cease and desist if you're selling stuff on a website that is not, which I think is ironic considering all those Venato bricks and Techmox Online and all those websites that are like, come buy this new thing that like Brick Vault has made a mock out of. And you're like, you're totally stealing that. And they're like, no, we're just selling the parts. It's like, but you've got Lego and Star Wars and all these trademark bits in there. Of course you're stealing it. It's a weird world that I don't really understand a lot about. No free figures. That's a part we didn't get to. We didn't get to like the, can I have some free figures? Because, you know, he puts in work for it just like I put in work for my designs. And I don't expect him to give me free stuff. Maybe discounted? I don't know. But my channel isn't big enough for anybody to like watch this and then rush over to Big Kid Bricks and make a bunch of purchases. So he would make more off selling it at a convention than he would me promoting it on my channel. So that's his call to make, and I totally get it. But I'm not going to sell out, but I review figures with honest opinion in it. Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't expect anybody to sell out or anything, or not sell out. Oh, screw you. I'm not putting a sticker on that. Hate it. Maybe I'll print up my own and just tape it on here. That's upsetting. Just very upsetting. Wow, there's still a lot to put on here. There's like a lot left. Alright, so this goes on here like so. I can't really tell where it wants me to put it. So far, that's what it is. Now I'm making the Millennium Falcon. This is going to be the most adorable Millennium Falcon ever. Yeah, it's a sticker. It's a sticker, Mevitz. Isn't that disappointing? Were the other set stickers? I didn't think they were. It was almost kind of the whole reason I got this. Was like, printed tile! Oh, there it is. It's crap, it's crap, it's quality, it's quality. Yeah. I almost wish they could have had a cockpit of some kind out the side there. They did really well with the thrusters on the back, but there's your Millennium Falcon. And it goes under here. It doesn't really say where it goes. So I'm guessing right here. Like that. Oh, now I'm putting on more greebling. So we can do this. Seems like a lot of extra pieces for. Well, this is the only other one. These all look like stickers on the backs of these. So I think those are stickers, those are stickers. That's probably a sticker. That's sad. I don't think there's anything special in this one. Those might be cool if they were not stickers. Those 1x1 tiles. I know those slopes aren't. Those are printed. And there's no stickers on this. There's no prints or stickers or anything on that one. So those are the only SDCC ones I've got. Oh yeah. So let's see if we can do this so you can see it. Is that good? Okay. Let's see. You might know the channel as Cafe Con Lego. You're going to be on Cafe Con Lego's stream? I know her stream. I think she'd be a fun guest to have on this stream too, if she ever wanted to. I like her channel. She does good stuff. She's also kind of like a take no junk kind of Lego person too, so that's kind of nice in a streamer. It's kind of why I like Butt Chop stuff, because he does what he wants and it doesn't really matter what anybody else thinks about what he does. He's just like, I'm just doing what I like to do. It's very admirable. Reminder, a week from today, 72-hour Lego stream for me. My section will be a week from today. It starts Friday. I will have, when I'm done with this, I'm going to put up the schedule on, I'll put a thumbnail up for my version, and in that will be the schedule. So make sure to check out all the people who are going to be contributing to that, if you can. Just have that up all weekend. Give the people some eyeballs. I may have to turn this a little bit. Okay, I see what they're doing now. That's a very unique way to do that bit. And the new channel is Cafe Corner. Is that her new channel name is Cafe Corner? It's even a sticker on the shield on the... Oh, man, really? Ugh, gross. Oh, was that supposed to be... Oh, no, I get it. Okay. I see what they're doing. Okay, fine. That's interesting. Okay, so they're covering up... Ah, this piece. That is so frustrating. Can I jam that in there anymore? There we go. I need to be jammed in there. So I'm covering up all these vent pieces right here with this. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I think you can still see it from kind of the top, but again, doing some design work where you're covering up things. Okay, okay. She changes the name. Oh, okay. People weren't liking the coffee with Lego name thing, I guess. I thought it was great. Cafe con Lego. Could have had a bilingual crossover and I could have been Cafe avec Lego. I think I've gone through this dude's entire musical library today. We've been going for a while. So there's your those two little flanges. I don't know what these are for. They're probably sensor arrays of some kind. I don't think I ever got the cross section of this one, the incredible cross section. I have to go see if there is one. I'm sure it's like a solar array or a sensor array or something. Turn around every now and then. Get a little bit restless. Well, we're about done. So I appreciate everybody who is here today. Thank you for spending your morning watching the stream. That's wrong. No, that is right, isn't it? Yeah, that was right. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Mevitz. Always on about this time. I never really go this long, but if I do get something to build, usually I will. Maybe I should just push it to 2 hours. In general, we'll see. That top back section on the rear thrusters is great. Yeah. I would like to see something cover this. Maybe we're getting to that point. But this whole thing is really nice. It's nice and smooth and flat. If something doesn't go there, I'm going to put something there. Because there's actually like 3 or 4 turrets around here. Depending on how this is outfitted. If it's a medical frigate, maybe it's not. If it's just a regular frigate, maybe they've taken some pieces out for, or some sections out. I don't know how modular this is in real life. And this goes right here. Oh. That goes right here. All right. Well, here's your extra pieces for this. I feel like this wasn't used, unless I missed this thing somewhere in this bag. I hate to go back to the beginning of this, but yeah, I'm gonna flip through this real quick. FedEx just dropped off a package. Wonder if that's my Neb. Yay! Let's see. It's probably too late to see, but where does this bag start? There we go. Okay. I can't imagine they would give me 2 of those, but I'm going to keep all these extra pieces. I'm not going to put those in anything or resort those because... Oh no, that's what it came from. Okay, so I guess that could be an extra piece. Well, all right, there you go. Sans the sticker. There's your Nebulon B. It's not a bad set. It's a little small, but you know, it was $40. So we can get a good shot of this in here. So it's wonderfully greebled, like I figured it would be. I build like this, you could work in the spare parts, nobody would know. Yeah, totally. Like, I'm pretty sure I could find a space for all of these parts and nobody would even really care. Especially like behind some of these panels where there's like space. I bet you could cram some of that in there. Plus it is kind of a garbage ship. It just feels like it feels like a Y-Wing as a capital ship. Like it was something else. If you haven't seen it yet, go check out E.C. Henry's channel. He's got a great bit about an Imperial Nebulon frigate, right? Like a Nebulon A, where it was like this, but all this stuff in the front was covered, right? It had nice big paneling on it. So it looked like what the Starhawk ended up looking like. It's got kind of this nice wedge in the front. And it looks like this because the Rebellion ended up with all these discarded Nebulon frigates and tore down the panels to use for other things. And we're left with this sort of skeletal looking ship, right? It's really fantastic what he's done with it. And yeah, so this was pretty fun to build because of all the greebling. I'm a little upset that this is a sticker and not a printed tile. So the sticker goes in the book, and the book goes in the box, and the box gets saved. And I'll get a little bag for these guys, so that in case anything ever happens, I have it all right here. In case I change my mind, it's not sealed, but it's all right here, you know. What did come with... This came with the Taskmaster one, a little Groot keychain. I have a few of these that I've never opened either, so they just sit in the bag. All right, so I think this Thursday, I will be starting... I will probably be doing a... I don't think I'm going to bust open the Taskmaster set yet, but maybe I'll do that one Thursday. And, yeah, why don't we do that? And then I'll get back into doing some designing stuff in a couple weeks because I've got the ITS transport that I'll build for the 24-hour or the 72-hour stream. So again, Mevitz, this extends to you too. If you want to be on a week from today, 72-hour stream, I'm going from 10 to noon, which will be about this time, right? I'll go through Restream Studio instead of my regular Restream multi-camera thing I got going on here. And I'll just build, and if you want to join and build or design or chat or sort or just sit here and look at the camera, we're going to have conversations for a couple hours. Let me know in the comments or find me on Instagram. Links should be in the channel somewhere around here. Send me a message on Instagram and I will remember to shoot you an invite for it. I've got room for up to 10 people, so you don't have to stay the whole time. You can drop in, say hi, bug out, whatever you want to do. But yeah, that's what will be going on. And yeah, so thanks for being here, guys. And we will talk to you guys again soon. And have a great rest of your weekend. And we'll see you Thursday. Cheers.